Well, let's discuss what David Cameron has been talking about with Pavel Sveliki, who is a policy analyst at Open Europe, a Eurosceptic think tank that calls for EU reform. Very good afternoon to you. Is David Cameron coming up with workable, sensible proposals, do you think?
I think so. I think David Cameron has put forward a package of measures which are very much achievable within the EU's current legal framework. So by which I mean they can be achieved within the existing treaties.
But would they work in terms of his ultimate aim? Because when, for example, he's talking about things like withholding benefits for 4 years, welfare changes, those sort of things, doesn't every study show that the vast majority of people who come here, they come here because they want to work? They're not actually coming here for the benefit system. Therefore, how much difference is that really going to make?
Of course, it's true that the majority of EU migrants come here to work, but there's there's a certain sector of the labour market where EU migrants come and there's actually a perverse incentive for them to come to the UK and perform low-paid, low-skilled work because it'll be topped up by the UK's generous in-work benefit system, which comprises tax credits, if they have a family, child tax credit, child benefit, potentially also housing benefit. So actually, they can come to the UK and top up their salary compared to what they could earn at home.
So if those sort of areas that you've just outlined could be tightened up, for example, what potentially are the ramifications for the British people who live in other European countries? Because there's an awful lot of them. Couldn't other countries then act similarly? Of
course, but the issue is that the UK welfare system is actually very unique in that it's quite open. Most of the welfare systems on the continent are already the contributions are much more heavily linked to payments, whereas in the UK they're non-contributory. So if someone comes from the EU and gets a job on, for example, the minimum wage, they are actually eligible for full tax credits. And like I said, if they have a family, for child tax credits, child benefit from the very first day of their employment. That simply isn't the case in most other EU member states.
Okay, thank you very much for now. Pavel Sveliki from the group Open Europe. Thank you very much.